Hi friends, welcome to Solidworks with Dow. Today we will be designing accent table 1. Note that all dimensions are in inches. The material is 3/4 inch thick beech. The wooden dowels are birch. Metal plate is 14 gauge steel. Okay, so the overall height, looking at the front view of the accent table, is 17 inches high by a diameter at the bottom view here, 15 inches in diameter wide. Okay, the accent table consists of 3 parts shown in the assembly view here. The top, okay, with holes at the bottom, okay, for the dowels to join the legs, okay, the 2 legs, okay, and the 2 legs have a vertical slot cut out in the middle, halfway up, and the width is the thickness of the material, 3/4 of an inch wide, and one has a leg has a slot at the bottom, and one leg has a slot at the top, and they're connected together. And then at the bottom there's that metal plate with 3 holes for 3 screws to reinforce the legs. Okay. So the top itself is 3/4 of an inch thick, and it has a radius fillet all around the bottom at 3/4 of an inch, shown in the front view, and a small radius of a 1/16 of an inch all around the top. And that 1/16 of an inch radius fillet is typical for the edges of the 2 legs as well. Okay, the legs at the top corners have a radius of 2 inches. Okay, and at the bottom view here, there's a straight Centerpoint straight slot cutout in the bottom of the legs, and that's to have the metal plate sit inside of it. Okay, so let's get started and design accent table 1. File, new, part, okay. Save drawing as accent table 1. Apply scene, plain white. Up here at the top, systems option. Document properties tab, units, IPS, drawing in inches, length of dimensioning, 3 decimal places. Okay. I'm going to start sketching in the front plane. Sketch, front plane, a corner rectangle. I'm going to zoom out a bit, about there. Okay, smart dimension, 16.250, 16 1/4 of an inch. Okay, this is going to be 14 inches. Okay, cancel smart dimension. I'm going to select the origin point. Okay, I'm going to hold shift, select this line, make relations midpoint. Okay, I'm going to add fillets 2 inches to this left corner, to that right corner. All right, I'm going to draw a center line up vertically. Okay, I'm going to smart dimension that center line, 8 1/4, 8 1/8 of an inch. Okay, half of the 16 1/4, 8.125. Okay, I'm going to go to offset entities, add dimensions, 3/8 of an inch, that's half of 3/4. Okay, bidirectional, half this way and half that way. All right, so I'm going to select that center line, so it's 3/8 that way, 3/8 that way. That gives us a cutout of rectangle of the width of 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and I'm going to check cap ends, lines, okay, to end that top and that bottom line. Okay. Okay. Now I'm ready to go to features, extruded boss base. Okay, the distance is 3/4 of an inch, 0.750. Direction, okay, midplane. Okay, from sketch plane, direction 1, midplane. Selected contours, I'm going to select the middle part. Okay, so you can tell that it's going halfway to the left and halfway to the 3/8 to the right and 3/8 to the left. That gives us a thickness of 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and there's cutouts right there. Okay, so now I'm going to the right plane, sketch. Okay, I'm going to sketch another corner rectangle, something like that. Okay, I'm going to select the origin, hold shift, select that line, make midpoint relation again, smart dimension, this vertical line, 16.250, (16 1/4 of an inch). Okay, this line is the same as before, 14 inches. 1, 4. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to cancel smart dimension for now. I'm going to display style here. I'm going to go hidden lines visible. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to draw a line from that point right there down to that point across, tracing basically. Okay? And I'm going to add some sketch fillet here. Already 2 inches. That left corner, that right corner. Okay. Cancel fillet, features, extruded boss base. I'm going to go to display style and I'm going to select shaded with edges. Okay, so now I'm going unselect merge result. We don't want them to merge the two bodies, okay, into one. Thickness is 3/8 from the midplane, direction 1 midplane. Selected contours. I'm going to select inside of that contour. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to hide the first leg so you can see how this one turned out, okay? Hide. So the cutout's at the top, okay? Undo. Now I'm going to hide the second leg, all right? And the cutout's at the bottom, okay? So they mate together in the middle, okay? So I'm going to undo that. All right, so now I'm going to go to this face right here at the top. Sketch a circle. Okay, we're sketching the top, okay, right now. So, smart dimension, the top diameter is 15 inches. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go to cancel smart dimension, features, extruded boss base, unselect merge result. Okay. 3/4 of an inch, direction 1, not from the midplane, from blind, from that sketch plane that surface, that face of that, okay, that we chose to sketch on. 3/4 of an inch up, okay? Looking at it from the front view. All right. Looks good. Okay. So now I'm going to go to features, fillet. I want constant size fillet, okay? And the radius, this is symmetric, okay? And it's 3/4 of an inch. And I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna select the bottom edge, okay? The bottom edge right here. Not the top, the bottom. Okay? Okay. So now I'm gonna go to front view to show you. That's how it should look like, okay? Like that. Trimetric view. Okay, so I'm gonna temporarily turn off this. Okay, I'm gonna hide that. The top, boss extrude 3. I'm just gonna select the same face again. Okay. Sketch. All right. So I'm gonna sketch a center line from the origin horizontally to that midpoint. Draw 2 circles, one right there, one about there. I'm gonna select, window select, okay? And make equal relations, okay? For both circles, make they're the same diameter. So the diameter for the dowel are 3/8 of an inch. So it's 0.375. Okay, and now I'm going to dimension their position horizontally relative to the origin is 1.25, 1.25 of an inch. From this center of this hole to center of this hole, 3 inches. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to do I'm going to go to sketch, right? The nearest sketch pattern, I'm going to go a circular sketch pattern. The point to rotate around is going to be this origin point, point 1. 360 degrees, equal spacing, 4 instances, okay? And everything else is the same. Entities, this circle and this circle, okay? All right. Before I extrude cut this, I want to go back to Boss Extrude 3, click it, oops, and turn it, unhide it, show it, okay? All right. Now I'm going to go to Features, Extruded Cut. Okay, I'm going to go to the front plane to make it easier to see. All right, so it's going 3. I'll just go display style here. I'll leave it the way it was. So I can see the yellow line here. Okay, that it's going down 3/4 of an inch. Okay, into the legs. Direction 1, blind, okay, 3/4 of an inch. Now I want to check on direction 2. I want it to cut into the top, from the bottom of the top, 1/2 inch up, okay? So both directions. So I'm going to show you here. So 3/4 is cutting down into the legs, and then 1/2 inch is cutting up into the top, from the bottom of the top, okay? So I'm going to go okay. And I'm just gonna go to trimetric view. I'm gonna hide the top. Okay, so we got this hole is cut down 3/4 of an inch, okay, into the legs. Undo that, and then I'm just gonna hide. I'm just gonna click on this and then right click it, isolate, to show you the hole is going into the, okay, 1/2 inch. Exit isolate, okay. So geometric view again. Now I'm going to work at the bottom, okay? So I'm going to sketch on this face of the bottom of the leg. Sketch, okay? I'm going to select sketch center point straight slot from the origin out, click there and expand, okay? All right, smart dimension. Horizontal line is 2.5 inches. Center to center. Okay. Okay. All right. And this radius is 0.25, 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So I'm going to cut out that slot first. So unselect smart dimension features, extruded cut. I'm going to cut into the leg from the bottom face 1/4 of an inch, 0.250. Okay. Deep. Okay. Looks fine. Okay. So you can see it's cut into the leg 1/4 of an inch. All right, so I'm going to select this face again, or this face now. Sketch on it. Okay. I'm going to select this, okay. All right. That arc. Okay, half circle. Hold shift, select that line. It turns from orange to blue. Keep on holding shift. Select basically the whole contour of that slot we created earlier. Okay? And I'm gonna go offset entities. All right? I don't want bidirectional. A 1/16 of an inch. Okay? And I want to reverse the direction inwards. Okay? So reverse 1/16 of an inch from that contour that we created earlier. Okay? Okay, reverse. Okay, looks good. Okay. So now I'm going to draw a midpoint line from, okay, the origin out, okay, horizontally. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to turn it into construction geometry. Then I'm going to draw three circles. 1, 2, and 3, okay? Now I'm going to make these circles. I'm going to select 1, hold shift, select 2, 3. And I'm going to make equal relations, okay? Equal. Okay, for some reason it's not letting me do that. But it's equal, okay? It's not showing it, but it's smart dimension. I'm going to dimension one of them. And it's 0.200, okay, 200. That's the diameter. 0.2. Okay. I'm going to dimension this line, and the spacing between those two circles is 2 inches. Okay. So now I'm ready. Okay, so first I'm going to extrude the holes. Okay, cut the holes, then I'm going to extrude the plate. Okay, so I'm going to go to features, extrude cut. Okay, the depth is 3/4 of an inch. Okay, 0.750. Okay, selected contours, I'm going to, okay, drop down arrow, selected contours. Now I'm going to select the contours, okay? So I'm going to select this circle, okay, that circle, and that contour, okay? Okay, so I got my 3 drilled holes, okay, in to the legs, okay? Now I'm going to go back to cut extrude 3, drop down, sketch 6, okay? I'm going to extrude the plate now that I created with the holes, okay? Extrude boss base, and it's going the right direction, it's going outwards, unselect merge result, 0.075 for the thickness of the plate, okay? Okay, so that's about 14 gauge, all right? All right. Okay, so we got that in. Now I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to put in my dowels, okay? So I'm going to select the top again and temporarily hide it so I can work on the dowels, okay? The wooden dowels. So I'm going to select this face again, sketch. I'm going to select this circle. Instead of drawing it again, I'm just going to convert it, okay? So it's 3/8 of an inch diameter. And I'm going to go to features, extruded boss base, okay? Unselect merge result. I know the dowel's going into the top from the bottom, 1/2 inch. So I'm going to put in 1/2 inch. And then direction 2, I'm going to put in 3/4 of an inch, okay? Because that's how much it's going into the legs. All right. So looks good. Okay, both directions, direction 1 and direction 2. 1/2 inch up and 3/4 of an inch down, direction 2. Okay. So now I'm going to go to fillet here, features, and I'm going to select chamfer. Okay. And I'm going to choose the first one, angle distance. The angle is 45 degrees. The distance is already here for me. It's a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, 0.0625. So I'm going to select this edge right here. And then I'm going to select this, okay, internal to feature edge 1. The first one, and you can see it in magenta there at the bottom. It's going to do both at the same time. Okay? Chamfer at the top of the dowel, chamfer at the bottom of the wooden dowel. Okay. All right. So just let me check this. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to copy this over, direct editing, move copy bodies, make sure copy is selected, the body to copy and move to copy is that dowel that we just created. And I want it to copy over horizontally in the X direction. So I'm going to go to here, click translate, X direction, 3 inches, because that's the spacing between the dowels. Okay? Okay. All right. There's one thing I forgot to do. I'm going to go back to Boss Extrude 5. Okay? I'm going to click the arrow, go to Sketch 7, Edit Sketch. Okay? I'm going to put in a point that I'm going to use, okay, at the origin. Okay? So the point is in. This one I don't need. All right, so the point right there, in Sketch 7 of Boss Extrude 5. Exit Sketch. Okay? Trimetric view. I'm going to go back to Sketch 7 here, click it, and I'm going to click the eyeball, show, and I want to see that point that I created, okay? All right, so now I'm going to go to Direct Editing, move copy bodies. I'm going to select the first dowel, wooden dowel, second one, okay, copy, and I don't want translate, I want rotate, okay? So rotate about what? I'm going to choose highlight the box about that point that I created for this. Okay. Okay. And then you can see here, down here, all right, we want it to rotate about, all right, Y at the bottom left corner here. Okay. So we're going to go to Y, 90 degrees. Okay. So we got 1, but we want 2 and 3 instances. Okay. Copy 2, 3. So they're rotated 90 degrees to each other. Okay. I'm going to go OK. So I got 12 bodies now. All right. So I'm going to go over here to solid bodies, cut extrude. That's the top, the first one. I'm going to turn back the top. All right. And I'm just going to show you in the front view, display style, that, okay. So we got the dowel, wooden dowels in place to join the top to the legs, 8 of them. Okay. Back to trimetric view. Okay, so I'm going to hide that Sketch 7 now because I don't need it. All right, anymore. Go back to Boss Extrude 5, Sketch 7. Okay, hide. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some fillet features. Fillet. Fillet type, the first one. Constant size fillet. Fillet parameters, just symmetric. And the radius is going to be 1/16 of an inch, so 0.0625. 1/16 of an inch. Small radius. Just to soften the sharp edges. So I'm going to zoom in and select the top edge of this, okay? The top of the accent table. And that's going to be my first one, okay? Okay. Now I'm going to just click on this and hide the top so I can have access to the legs easier. Okay, so I'm going to go fillet again. Same parameters, same type of fillet. I'm going to select this edge, this back edge, okay, at the top, and then go to the bottom of that leg. This edge, this one, and then this corner here. Okay, and then rotate the part to get access to this corner. Okay, so that's that first leg. Okay, and again, one more fillet. All right, now I'm going to select this edge, okay, this edge, this edge, this back edge, okay, this front edge, this back edge again. All right, and now rotate the part towards the bottom, this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, and then this edge at the corner, and then the one at this side. Okay, that should do it. All right. Okay, so okay. All right. Like that. I just want to look at it again. Okay. Okay, so trimetric view. I'm going to go to solid bodies. I'm going to turn on fillet 2, which is the top. All right. So all that's left to do is to apply some appearance material to this. Okay, so I'm going to select in solid bodies here in the folder, Boss Extrude 4, and you can see it has the outline of the metal plate. Okay, so I'm going to go to appearance here, scenes in, okay. I'm going to go to metals folder. Okay, I'm just going to select polished steel, double click it. Okay, and it changed it to polished steel. Okay, so now I'm going to do chamfer 1, which is the dowel we created, and then hold shift, select body move, all these other 7 dowels, okay, as it's highlighted in blue here, as you can see. There's 8 of them, all right. And I'm going to go to appearance, and I don't want metal anymore, I want organic wood. And I'm going to apply polished birch 2D. Double click that. And I'm just going to hide this to make sure it did it, okay? So I'm going to undo the hide to show the tabletop. And now we're going to apply the material to the 3 parts, the top, the left, the 2 legs. Okay, so it's fillet 2. Hold shift or control, click, just get 3 of them, select 3 of them. Okay, go to appearances here. Organic wood, and I'm going to double click on beach. Okay. So we have our metal at the bottom here. Okay. To be screwed underneath so that it holds the 2 legs together from falling out, or just fixing the legs together. Okay, and then as shown earlier, the dowels are in place. Okay. All right, so looking at it from the top view, looking at it from the front view, okay, the bottom, okay, right side view, and trimetric view, okay. Okay, so there we've designed the accent table 1. Okay, so I hope you like it. If so, give me a like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.